Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to get started modifying the high-grade Zeta Plus C1. I want to get started with extending the neck. Out of the box it's definitely too short and hard to articulate. First thing I want to decide where the best place to make our cut's going to be. I think right here at the base of the ball joint peg is going to be our best bet. After we've kind of figured that out, I want to drill a hole from the top of the ball joint. Pre-drilling this hole will make it easier to line everything up at the end using the brass rod we're going to use to kind of help everything stay nice and strong and together. Using a 1mm drill bit. So I like to make kind of a cross at the top of the ball joint. This allows me to kind of find the center. So we want this to be nice and straight in the middle. I'm going to use a scribing needle to create kind of a guide for our drill bit. When we drill this, we want to go nice and slow. We don't want the hole to deviate too much because the straighter this is, the better that the brass rod will go in and the easier it'll be to line this back up. Set a really subtle guide for my saw with a hobby knife. Not super necessary in a cut like this, but it does help. A side note, this hobby saw is a really nice budget option, and I will link I'll put a link in the description for where to find it. So after we make our cut, we want to sand it nice and flat so that everything will butt up nice and flush. So after we determine everything's nice and flat, we're going to want to get our 1mm claw plate. I like to keep this little container of spare or leftover plastic from other projects or other extensions or other modifications. It helps kind of save on top of having nice little pieces of ready-to-use plastic. We're going to drill a guide hole here in our plastic. It's not really important where we put it, it's just, it is important that we have one. So I recently started bonding all of my extensions plastic plating with CA glue instead of cement. I find that the CA glue leaves a lot less gaps, whereas the cement has a tendency of leaving pinholes and hard to fix gaps. So we placed our pin in the hole for the guide hole on the claw plate. Use the pin to kind of guide everything together. Again, this way everything is nice and straight and ready to go as long as your pin is in the right place. And this kind of stuff is important to kind of take a little extra time at the front end of something so that it doesn't require a lot of fixing and stuff at the back end. This went all very, very straight, very easily. get it close, save us some time on sanding. And then we'll simply take a 240 grit sandpaper on a block and sand it nice and flush. I went a little heavy-handed on my sanding, so I'm going to rescribe this line on the neck. It probably will never be seen. It'll probably be hidden, but I still wanted to rescribe it. So after a quick look, I decided I wanted to sharpen up the chin. Out of the box, it's very round, and the Zeta chins are normally really nice and sharp and stylistic, and I kind of want to maintain that. So the first thing I'll do when I'm reshaping something like this is I'll take a Sharpie marker and kind of draw in and color on the parts I want to remove. So everything that is in black, I'll be sanding off. And it gives me an idea what the overall shape is going to look like and a guide to sand it without over sanding it and taking off too much material. Here it's very important to go nice and slow. It may be a better idea to use a higher grit that I'm using here. I'm using a 240 again. I just really like 240 on here for removing material. It does it very quickly and very efficiently. It's important too to check your board to make sure that your position is right and it's nice and flush, so we're not getting kind of weird shape. And we'll just finish cleaning it up with the hobby knife. And that about wraps it up for today. I forgot to film the removing of the seam line on the side of the head. If you'd like a separate tutorial on how to do that, please comment below. To see more, please subscribe and follow me on my socials. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.